Daryl along with Toby. Yeah, we're out tonight. I'll just show you Toby. He wants to play, that's what it is with Toby. And another dog. So it's like a mother's meeting with all these dogs. Come on. So we're a little late today. I actually came out without my phone. And we'd walked about, I'd say just over half a mile. And I thought, I'm going to have to go home and get my stuff again, which is what I did. So we're out anyhow, that's the main thing. I've managed to pick up the time, although I am a couple of minutes late. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Amongst all the debris and grass. Just there, just some daffs. Lovely that, isn't it? It's amazing what you see when you're out on your travels. Things which surprise you. Yeah, I'm getting a bit more confident with this gimbal. Went out with this morning, I've put both of my attempts up online, so they're widescreen and in 4K. They're not brilliant, but it's a start. Toby's doing well. Hi Riley. The dog's Toby. It's a Jack Russell, about 18-month-old. A lovely, lovely, lovely boy. No, we're not going that way. Come on. Well, we did 4 miles this morning. Duchess gets a bit upset if I leave her for a long time and then come back for a couple of hours. Start getting up a bit earlier, I think, say 8 o'clock rather than 9. Going out at 9 and coming back for about 11, that might be better for her. I edit. Yeah, I'm good at it. To you. Well, it's not as cold here today as what it was yesterday. Yesterday it was absolutely bitter. It's not brilliant today. I'm wearing my coat, but not my gloves on my hat. There he is, the little Toblerone. Yeah, he's a good little boy, is Toby. So yeah, he's a good boy. Good boys always deserve a treat. So Toby's always a good boy. He always deserves a treat. Hang on. Let me put them back. There we are. You know, he enjoyed that. Right, I'll have less of a language, please, cads. There's all sorts of people what come in here, including my grandkids now and again, so we don't need it. We don't use it. You're welcome on it anytime. But just mind your language. Okay, mate? Come on then, Toby. Hi Dave, how are you? Are you okay, mate? Have you had a good day so far? Well, we've got a gentleman coming down with a dog, so me and Tob might just nip into the... We'll see how it goes. Seems happy enough. Tail wagging, and it's always a good sign when you see a dog with a tail wagging. Hi, mate. There we go. Right. Come on. I don't know what that were about. They both seemed alright, then all of a sudden they both stepped over. Well, we saw the Umber Guardian earlier on, me and Toby. I'm not sure what it is. It's some sort of survey vessel, so I don't know what it was surveying. I tried to get a picture of it. I don't know if I got one or not. I think I did. I know there's a fishery protection vessel just off the coast at Bridlington. Come on then, Toby. Up here. Up, skip. Come. Some people with a kiddie wink, so try and not get him on my feed. Hello, folk.
Hello.
There we are, we're now past. I'm keeping Toby on his lead because I'm a little bit late and there will be people turning up with dogs. Man, I'm probably back on time now. Yeah, I'm back on time. Back on cue. Well, the sky's grey, cloudy. That big shiny disc is gone. But then I have to say, it's nowhere near as cold as it was yesterday. Yesterday, you remember, I had my hat on and my gloves. Hi Jay, how are you? Hi Edward. Wow, amazing. Amazing that, Edward. Well done to the imps. So what league are we likely to be in next season? Will they be going into the Championship League? Incredible. So it looks like the Imps and Burnley will be in the same league next season then. Well done to the Imps, fantastic. Congratulations to them. Well, this morning we did some trial with my gimbal again, just taking videos using the gimbal software. We've not gone as well as I would have liked, so I am going to have to read up the manual, and I'm also going to have to watch some more of the YouTube instruction videos. But okay, I mean, I put them on YouTube if anybody wants to have a look at them. Yeah, they're not unwatchable, but they're not what I would like them to be. Well, I told the old Duchess what's happening on Wednesday. Well, she seemed alright with it. But we're going to Sunny Scunny for a walk round. I'm going to get the bus from Withernsea over to Hull, and then from Hull over through Hessel, over the bridge, through Barton and wherever else to Scunthorpe. We'll try and get a look at the steelworks while we're there, and we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the town and its history. That was where I based my PhD when I did it all them years ago. In many ways, my PhD has come to fruition. Very sadly. But we'll see what happens, and I'll talk more about it on Wednesday. Hello Annette, how are you? There is a cat around here that lives in that house. Toby knows the cat and he has chased it. He has this funny idea, Toby, that he can beat a cat up. But he doesn't know the pussycat. Yeah, we can get round, there you go. And we've got a lot of kiddie winks here, and I don't want them on my video. Let's see where Nana's taking them. We're okay. Yeah, poor Nana had about 5 kids there. 3 of them on a scooter and 2 walking. I think they're probably having a cheap holiday at the campsite in a caravan. A little bit of blast off time for the parents, I guess. Oh, I know that, Annette. Muddy puddles. I'm always very careful if I go through mud. I've got really good tread on my boots. I'm always very careful. But even so, you can never be too careful. So how long's your arm going to be plastered for? So I think Wednesday's going to be an epic day. I'm not going to record my journey into Hull because you've already got that. It won't be any different. But I will record the journey from Hull to Scunthorpe. So that'll be there for you. We'll try and get the pole position. Come on! At the very front of the bus, above the driver. And then we'll record that into Scunthorpe. And then when we get into Scunthorpe, I'll use my gimbal. I'll make sure I've got my power pack fully charged. Then we'll have a walk round Scunthorpe, walk round Brumby, which is part of Scunthorpe. And I'll try and get up to the works. Ashby Frodingham Steelworks, as it was once called. Now British Steel. And I'll show you, if I can, the Four Queens, the blast furnaces. Only 2 of them work now. I'll tell you about the history of the place, how the railway got there. why it got there, how the steam town became a steel town. So there'll be a lot to talk about. There'll be a lot to unpack there. Right. Careful. Hang on, Tobes. No, I don't want to go on the beach. Blimey. That is good. Right, so that's alright at least. It's not alright, but you're probably coming to the end of it, hopefully. All's going to be well, and that it's mending properly. And, you know, another couple of weeks on Monday. And fingers crossed, you'll be able to get rid of your cast. So that's good. Yeah, like you said, you've had it 4 weeks. Another 2. Well, you should be okay with that. Yeah, so this one, yeah, you'll get another bus ride then over to sunny Scunny in North Lincolnshire, which is on the other side of the river. We'll go across the Humber Bridge. We'll see Hessel. We'll go across the bridge. Thinking about it, the single deckers what go to Scunthorpe. Well, we'll manage anyhow, we'll manage. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll go across the bridge, which will be good. And then we'll go through Barton. It's a strange little town, is Barton, but it's nice. But I'm not sure where the bus goes after that. I'll have to look that up. I've got times and things, so I know what I have to do, and I know where the bus leaves from. So I've got that much planned. And I might have a quick look through my thesis and stuff and just remember a few facts, figures and what have you. I'm looking forward to it. I've not been to Scunthorpe, I don't think, for 20 years. So I'm looking forward to going. It's going to be an amazing, really amazing day, isn't it? So you'll have the bus journey there. Then we'll have the walk around the town centre. And then we'll make our way to wherever the bus station is now. And then finally, we'll try and get to where the steel mills are. And we'll take a look at them. It's a very big site. What are we doing, mate? Come on, we can go up here then. Alright, mate. Hiya. it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. If you're not in, it's going to be well worth looking at later on. Now, I'll talk a bit more about that tomorrow. Hello, love. Well, I wonder if my friends are out. We'll have a look. I don't think they are. Me and Toby have two friends, two beautiful Labradors. We know when they see us, there's treats. And they are lovely, really lovely. It's at the back of us, so we're out well at the back of us. The thing is, the Valiant one here, Toby the Valiant, he would love a punch up. He's not bothered whether the dog's a big dog or a little dog. He don't care. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I guess it's going to be Olim. Monday I'm on Coast Watch. And don't forget, from this Monday coming, I'm starting quarter of an hour later. As it's getting dark later, so I'm going out a bit later, spend a bit of time with the old Duchess. So I'll be going out at 3:15. I'll be picking you guys up at 4:15. So we'll be out while about 5:30, 5:45. So eventually I'll probably end up going out at R3, about 6 o'clock, something like that. And I'll leave it at that. Yeah, the north is actually quite beautiful, to be honest, Annette. It's yeah, there's some not very nice places, but as a rule, the countryside's magnificent. The landscape's amazing. You've got the Pennines, which we'll be visiting sometime later on this year. Yeah, sometime in probably April or May. Well, it won't be April, it'll be May. So we'll be doing that. I'll give you some more ideas of what it's like. We might have a day out to Manchester or something. Go around Cracky Gardens. Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester. The locals all call it Cracky Gardens. It is bad. You've lots and lots and lots of drug dealers and stuff.
Yeah.
Hello. You've lots and lots of drug dealers. It is bad. When I was a kid, I used to go to Piccadilly Gardens with my nana. It was a nice place to be. You had sunken gardens. Hiya. Oh, look at these two. Well, we'll walk on. Two typical Jacks. Oh, he's definitely the knight of the kitchen table, is Toby. Oh, he's definitely fearless. Yeah, so Monday, we're moving quarter of an hour. And then later on, probably the beginning of April, maybe we'll move on to 3:30. Or 4:30, as far as you guys are concerned. I'm out at 3:30. I've been trying to catch him on. Toby, yeah. Right, I'm trying to get this bird. I see him every day. Toby. No, I'm not gonna get him. We have it. We've got you. I see him every day. I've been trying to get him. I'm going to use him as the icon for this video. Yeah, so as I said, I'll be coming online at 4:15, and then at the end of probably first week in April, we'll go on to 4:30. 4:30, well, about 6, and I'll hold it at that. Logan C, hiya. Yeah, we're in England. We're in a town called Withernsea, which is in the East Riding of Yorkshire. What you see is the North Sea. We're about 20 miles east of Hull. We're a small place, about 6,000 people what live here. Probably about 10,000, 11,000 within the locality. You know, the small villages, say within a 5-6 mile radius of us. It's a very quiet place to live. Yeah, I suppose it does look a bit like Norfolk. I suppose, yeah. We do have a lot in common with the Norfolk coast. You know, in Norfolk, you've got horrendous, you know, erosion, and we have that here. I don't know which is worse, Norfolk or the East Yorkshire coast. They're both pretty bad. And both can be freezing in winter. But both are delightful places, aren't they? There he goes, the bird on top of a light. With another one over here. Oh, he just left. It's a while since I've been to Norfolk. A long while. Yep, that's right, Jack. A lot of these coastal places look alike though. Hiya, you okay? Look at them to the car. That's probably a mother and chick. Come on, Toby. You can certainly hear a little dog up there. Well, we've got two doggies coming up. One here and one in front. Come on, you, don't you start. Toby, Sir Toby, Knight of the Kitchen Table, won that. We've got another bird on here, look. I'll pull him back on his lead. Hello. Hello. It should be. You can never tell. You can never tell, can you?
Say hi, good boy.
There you go. That's fine, isn't it?
Yeah, good boy.
Put a little balls up in the air.
Oh.
Good boy.
Okay, we're gonna get our leads all tangled up.
See ya.
See you later. Bye. Yeah, we're happy enough with that one, weren't we? If he thinks a dog shows aggression, then he'll have a go at it. As long as no aggression shown to him, he doesn't see any aggression, he's fine. They see things that we probably don't see. Hiya, you alright, mate? Here's one of his mates. What's your mate? There you go.
Yeah, when I come out here, my coat will open my head off and then we'll go down that way.
Ah.
And it'll be there a foot.
It is cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got colder.
You know, I was in Casey this morning across the river.
Yeah.
And it was nice there.
Yeah.
And I'll come back here and be...
I know.
Are you still kissing or what?
Playing.
There's a little word between them, you see.
I know. See you later, mate. Oh, we're here again, are we, Ben? You will, Edward. That's what I said earlier on. See you later, Ben. You take care, mate. Yeah, that's right. Burnley are going down and you're going up. That's what I said. You're going in the Championship. That is amazing when you think of where you were. It's not so long ago when we were a non-league club. I can remember several years ago when you played Burnley in the cup finals. You know, not the cup final, in the... I think it was one of the qualifiers. Yeah, Burnley's having a bad run at the moment. We started off bad and we just haven't been able to pick up. Burnley will never stay in the Premier League. In many ways, we're too good. Oh dear, look. Hey, you. It's all right, love. Look, Jack Russell's. Come on. Jack Russell's. They're all the same, aren't they? Let's have a look at the tide times. Yeah, I mean Burnley. They're like too good for to stay in the Championship, but not really good enough for the Premier. Come on. Here we go. $7.14 and $7.30. So 5 minutes from, see 7 for Tunstall. That surprised me, it was only 5 minutes between us and Withernsea. on, Tobes. We're not going down there, I can promise you. Yeah, it's only got cold since I've come out. It was cold when I came out. We weren't that cold, but it was chilly. But I know my hands are getting cold now. But it's still not as cold as it was last week. Got a kiddie wink, so I'm just going to move my camera. Try and get in front of a kiddie wink and its mum. Hi, love. There we go, we're in front now, so. Yeah, it's been a good walk. It's been a good walk so far tonight. Apart from forgetting, coming out and leaving the phone at home. The best of it is I left my Oppo and my Samsung at home. If I'd have just had my Oppo, I'd have took a chance with it. At some point I'm going to have to get the battery replaced. At the moment I only use it for snapping pictures with and as a phone. Blackbirds off. They're absolute swines, them blackbirds. When the gulls lay eggs, they're in the tree near where I live, and they'll attack the gulls to get to the eggs. Alright, mate. I was watching YouTube last night. There's a guy on it called London Eats. It's really interesting. He, in the daytime, he's an electrician. He's put himself through college and whatever to gain all his qualifications. You know, he's an adult. But in the evenings and at weekends, he delivers food, you know, for Just Eats and Deliveroo and people like that. He makes some really, really good videos of his journeys around London. He has quite a big following. I like him. I think he lives somewhere in South London, probably in Brixton. He talks with kind of like a Jamaican accent. So I think he's been brought up in somewhere like Brixton, which is a black area. I know he's married. He talks about his wife now and again and the kids. But there you go. He sells merchandise and all sorts of things, and he gets paid. Depends, sometimes he might earn £100, £120 delivering pizza, sometimes it's only 50 or 60. You can never tell. But he is good. I've not watched him for a while, but it was just fair enough. Oh yeah, London Eats. Oh, how are you doing, fella? So I do enjoy watching him. I mean, if you live in London and you've got a family, you need money, I think, from whatever source you can get it. Well, we've done 9.58 miles. Don't think that's so bad. So tomorrow I'm thinking of going up to Holland Beach. The tide will still be a couple of hours off at this time, and by this time we'll be well on our way back, so we'll be roughly here. So if it's not raining, tomorrow afternoon we'll go to Holland. We'll see how that pillar of earth's doing. I don't think it'll move that much. And we'll see if we can find the sunken pillbox. So I think that'll be good. The tide just hasn't been right for us to go, has it, really? But high tide tomorrow, it's about 7:30. So we'll be there at 4:30, we'll be fine. Who beat Burnley, Edward? Who were Burnley playing today? I mean, I think Burnley are second from bottom at the moment. We're not going to be able to avoid relegation now. But it'll always be like that with Burnley. How's Leeds doing? I'd like Leeds to go down when Burnley goes down, I really would. Come on, Tobes. Won't Leeds go down? You don't think so? Yes, that's right. What, it's the FA Cup today? Blimey, I thought it was next month. Blimey. It shows how much I know, doesn't it, Dave? It's a good job we've got you on here as our official sports representative. Come on. God, if people depended on me, that would be tragic, wouldn't it? Oh, right, I'm with you. Oh, we're thinking, I'm sure it's in April or something like that, we're trying to think. Got you. Well, Burnley's chances of pulling up now are kind of zilch. Hello. It's a good job we got you anyhow, Dave, because at least that way we know. If people relied on me to tell them, it would be so sad, wouldn't it? I know a lot of things, but the one thing I don't know that much about is sport. I'll listen a lot because that's just something I don't know a lot about. When I was young, you know, when I was a kid, I often used to go to Oldham Cricket Club because I lived at Watershedding, literally just behind the cricket club. And I think the matches were on a Saturday. I mean, we never got charged to go in, so I'd go and sit there and watch a game. But it never really progressed into anything. We went to live in London. Oh, look at the flowers. And someone's having a wee on them. Sniff at them. Beautiful, aren't they? But, you know, we went to live in London when I was about 11, so it never really progressed into anything. I think perhaps if we'd have stayed in Oldham, then I might have got interested in cricket. I played cricket a bit at primary school in Oldham, but when we moved to London it just weren't an option. The school I went to were kind of right slap bang in the middle, a school called Robert Montefiore, and there were no sports facilities anywhere near. So there was very little to do, really. And any interest I may have had in cricket just sort of disappeared. Even when they sent me to a boarding school in deepest Sussex. I weren't that into, you know, to be honest, by that time I just weren't interested. I just wanted out of that place. I didn't really get involved in anything. You had to do a sport. So I'd always end up doing cross-country running. Which, to be fair, you know, if I reflect on it, probably did me some good. Well, the petrol's still only 132.9. It hasn't yet gone up. Now, most places, petrol has gone up. Diesel's 141.9. So that's gone up. This last week, 2 pence. Now, I know some places are saying it's gone up 6 pence. I think within another month it's going to be £2 a litre. Hang on, Toby. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we? I think it'll be £2 a litre. Diesel. I think petrol will be what? 180. I just think to myself, you know, I feel sorry for the people in Iran in a way. But we've had, you know, the Ayatollahs have had this coming for a long, long time. I think if I'd have been in charge of Iran, I know I can't take America on and win. And I know America can destroy my country 10 times over. I would have come to a deal. That oil money will be a lot better off being spent on the Iranian people than it ever would be spent on funding all these death cults and terrorist organisations throughout the Middle East. Building more schools, hospitals, better housing, all the good things. Come on, careful. All right. Burnley Rugby, you mean Burnley Football Club? Or I didn't know we had a rugby team in Burnley. Yeah, I've never been that. Yeah, the Queen were born in 1926 and your dad were born then as well. And that, wow. My mum were born in 1935 and she passed away in 2013. No, Israel doesn't want a deal. Why would Israel want a deal? I'm not sure what America's end game is, but why would Israel want to have a deal with Iran? Iran's been threatening Israel, they've been arming all those death cult jihadis over all these years. Why would Israel want to have a deal with them? No, finish them. Most of it, from what I can make of it, most of the Iranian people don't want a deal. They want, the only deal they want is getting rid of the Ayatollahs. What America's gain is, I'm not sure. But America is an imperialist power, just like Britain was, until the end of the war. economically, America's sliding. It's on the decline. All it's got is its military. But maybe the deal could have been had years ago. Instead of being a threat to its neighbours, maybe if Iran had have, I don't know, looked after its money, looked after its people, and made better decisions, then it wouldn't be where it is today. I mean, I don't want to see Iranian people being bombed by anybody. Don't think anybody does, really. But I just think the Ayatollahs have brought this on themselves. Oh, sorry to hear that, Annette. Let his memory always be a blessing to you. No, you're right. I'm just saying, really. I just shared my thoughts. But yeah, it isn't a political channel, so you're quite right, Annette. Thank you for reminding me of that. That's the beauty of us. Whatever our politics are, we'll leave them out. So yeah, I agree. I was just sharing my thoughts, but yeah, you are right. God, look at the brown murky sea. You know, the other day it was blue. And now it's all brown. Well, tomorrow, let's hope the weather's going to get a bit better. Apparently, towards the end of next week, we're going to be up at 16 and 17. I hope so. Especially when we go to Scunthorpe. Wow. It's 73. Well, yeah, I'm 71 this year. Well, I'm 71 now. I'm 72 in November, Annette, so I'm catching you up. What are you doing under there? So at least I think we can keep our fingers crossed and we can pray for good weather next week. So tomorrow we'll go over to Holland if it's not raining. On the way back, we can say hello to Elsie the cow. We can see how a pillar of earth has fared this last week or two. So yeah, it's going to be good. We might even see those noisy Jack Russells that run round that stables. Ah, right, so you're 76 in April. Ah, right, so you're 4 years older than me. I wouldn't have thought you were that old, though. Another dog having a good sniff. Hi, mate. Hey. Somebody's having a growl at him for no reason. So Sir Toby, Knight of the Kitchen Table, Sir Toby the Valiant, Knight of the Kitchen Table, won that confrontation. Only because I pulled him away. He'd have probably won it anyhow. Are you after a treat? Here you go. Wait. Yeah. There you go. So Toby's had a treat. All right, mate. See, Toby's not bothered about the tide. Now it seems to be getting slightly warmer. I know my hands aren't as cold. Hello lads. Couple of young lads. Again, I don't get kids on if I can help it. And the Valiant one, Toby the Valiant, Knight of the Kitchen Table, the brave, the bravest, leading the way. The blackbird. Oh, what a bleak day. I'm hoping tomorrow's going to be a nice day. Let's have some sunshine for a change. Mind you, I'm quite happy if it's not raining. It's lovely this promenade, isn't it, when you think about it? Come on, Tobes. A couple of young girls there having a good look at Toby. Come on. Come on. Come on, we're going. No, I didn't have a go at them two. I think they can tell they know what about means. Would you like a treat for being a good boy? There you go, Toby. Yeah. Oh, that's it, Annette. It is really nice. The sea's lovely, isn't it? Hi, Snow Squirrel. How are you? Well, we're just across the water from you on the East Yorkshire coast. Another jack. Hello, love, again. Come on. Hey, we'll have less of that. He doesn't forget. If he has a row with the dog, he doesn't forget. Yeah. How's things over there in the Netherlands? Oh, right. He's telling me his coat's falling off. Right. Hang on. There we go. So he just stopped for me to notice. Are they? Are they any good, Italy, at rugby? I wouldn't have, seriously, I wouldn't have thought it were their game, but I don't know. I don't know much about sports. But have you, I mean, are they any good? Yeah. If you were to get on a boat here and go due east, you'd end up in the Netherlands. I think you'd probably end up in Rotterdam. I'm not sure though. I'll look on my map later. But you know, tens of thousands of years ago, Holland and Yorkshire were joined together. By a land bridge called Dogger. I think it were about 10,000 years ago when they lost, the land bridge finally got washed away. I know every now and again you get petrified wood washing up on the beaches. I'm after a chunk of it. If I can get a chunk, I'm going to have it polished. But I know it's very, very heavy. Come here, Toby. He's going to reverse. There's two of them. He's seen me. I'll never forget going back many years ago. Well, it was a millennium year. 2000, January the 1st, 2000. A mate of mine and his wife, they lived in Manchester. They set off from Manchester and they got here on the 1st of January and watched for sunrise. Told me about that. I often think I've not seen him for well over 20 years, but I often, whenever I'm on the beach, or I see cars on the slipway, I often think about my old mate. Him and his wife had a flask of coffee and a load of butties, and we sat there watching the sunrise. Hello, mate. Something to do, isn't it? At that time, I don't think I'd ever been to no, I had been to Withernsea. I knew where Withernsea was. But I thought, wow, what a thing to do. To drive all the way from Manchester, get here, and wait, for the sun to shine, to watch the sun rise, a new dawn, and a new millennium. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Rotterdam. That is a big port, isn't it? I know the ferry from Hull goes over to Rotterdam. We've still got the pride of Rotterdam. I've seen that at Hull, at the P&O docks the docks in Hull, at the ferry terminal. We had Pride of York, but I think that's gone. I think that's gone now. Yeah, it's an overnight crossing. This woman I used to work with, Grace is going back. And it was like for Valentine's Day or weekend or whatever. Valentine's Day came, it was over a weekend. So she books a cabin there and back on the ferry for her and her boyfriend. She wanted a romantic weekend in Rotterdam. Now, we were going, I think we were going on to Amsterdam. But here's her thinking we're going to get this romantic weekend, and she was really looking forward to it. It had cost her quite some money as well. Anyway, they get to Hull, they get on the boat, and apparently boyfriend, fiance, whatever he was boozing all night. He was drinking all night, staggering into bed, snoring. We get up the following day, massive hangover he's got. We go to Amsterdam or wherever they were going. That night, they were catching the ferry back to Hull. So by now he's recovered. So what does he do? You got it. He gets himself absolutely bladdered on the way back. So it was just a total failure for her. She was well sick. And she paid for this trip. She'd borrowed money to pay for it. And she wanted it to be really special. Nah, I didn't care. I felt sorry for her. I had a good laugh. As you do. But actually I did feel sorry for her. So that's my knowledge, if you will, of Rotterdam. And that was, I think, around about 2012, something like that. So it's a long time ago. She was on her own. I think she had 7 kids. Some of them were grown up, some of them were kids. And she got this boyfriend and she thought he was marvellous. She lived in Salford and he lived in Huddersfield. And she thought she really had something. There you go. Now she told me about it. I didn't say anything to her. She didn't just tell me, I think she told everybody around, and didn't say anything. I felt sorry for her. You know, she'd saved her money, she'd borrowed money, she wanted something nice. You know, something enjoyable. A nice memory. I think after that, if I remember rightly, I think she blew him out. But she had 7 kids. She was only, I think she was early 40s. I think the oldest was about 25 or something. And the youngest were about 9. And her kids used to treat her like a rubbing rag, from what I can make of it. Well, we're now on Railway Crescent. Why it's a crescent, I don't really know. We've got a kink in the street, but it's still not a crescent. He's looking for the pussycat. Come on. He knows the pussycat lives under there. Come on here. Good boy. So we see Michelle's house still for sale. I think it's 3 bedrooms that, and she wants 149,000 for it. Well, here we are, here's my car. Toby? Toby, yeah. Ooh, Toby. No, you're not gonna. Ooh, there we go. It's the best you're gonna get. Well, Edward, well done, Lincoln. Everybody else, I'm home. I shall see you all tomorrow. Just going to say thank you very much for your company tonight. I wouldn't be able to do all this without you. It's been a good walk. I've enjoyed it as usual. I've enjoyed the chatter and the talk. It's been good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow going to Holland, but I'm certainly looking forward to Wednesday when we go to Scunthorpe. That's going to be awesome. So I'm just going to thank everybody again for your comments, your shares, your likes and your subscriptions. It's all good. So I'm just going to say to everybody, yeah, you have a great day too, Snow Squirrel. See you soon, Edward. See you soon, Annette. And everybody else, Dave, see you. And everybody else, see you tomorrow. It's been great. It's been great tonight. So from me and Toby.